In the world of coin collecting, there are stories that ignite the imagination and stir up excitement among collectors and enthusiasts alike. Some coins find themselves quietly nestled in dusty drawers or old piggy banks, while others are destined for greatness, whispered about in numismatic circles and coveted by investors with deep pockets. One such legendary coin is the 1991 Jefferson Nickel from the United States of America, a seemingly ordinary 5-cent piece that carries with it a remarkable history and a staggering potential value that defies belief. And today, we're going to dive into the incredible story of this elusive coin, a 5-cent nickel with a face value now rumored to be a jaw-dropping $240 million, securing its place as one of the most valuable and sought-after coins in numismatic history. The Jefferson nickel has a long and distinguished history in American coinage. First introduced in 1938 to replace the Buffalo nickel that had graced pockets and purses since 1913. Designed by artist Felix Schlag, the Jefferson nickel features a left-facing profile of the third President of the United States, Thomas Jefferson, on its obverse, with his beloved Monticello estate appearing on the reverse. It was meant to honor one of the nation's founding fathers and reflect the enduring values he championed. While countless Jefferson nickels have been minted over the decades, very few have managed to capture the kind of attention or reach the legendary status of the 1991 P issue. The Philadelphia Mint, represented by the letter P on the coin, struck millions of 5-cent nickels in 1991. At first glance, there seemed to be nothing particularly special about this year's production. Most of these coins entered circulation, quietly moving from hand to hand as everyday currency for small purchases and transactions. However, in the years that followed, rumors began to spread among numismatists that a small number of these 1991 P nickels possessed unique characteristics, anomalies, or minting errors that elevated their status far beyond their humble 5-cent face value. Some of the earliest collectors to stumble upon these coins noticed subtle differences in the metal composition, strike clarity, and edge details compared to other Jefferson nickels minted that year. While the official records from the Philadelphia Mint listed the same specifications for the entire 1991 batch, it became apparent that a few pieces bore unusual qualities that hinted at something extraordinary. Certain examples exhibited sharper relief in Jefferson's portrait, deeper recesses in the Monticello engraving, and unusually high luster that seemed to set them apart from their counterparts. Over time, word spread within coin-collecting forums, auction houses, and dealer networks about the rarity and peculiar traits of these nickels. What truly turned the spotlight onto the 1991 P. Jefferson nickel, however, was a series of high-profile private sales and auction events where a handful of these coins changed hands for sums far exceeding anyone's expectations. The most famous of these transactions involved a pristine, uncirculated specimen graded at the highest professional standard by one of the leading coin grading agencies. This particular coin reportedly fetched a record-breaking $240 million from a private investor known for his penchant for acquiring rare and historically significant pieces. The astronomical value attached to this coin can be attributed to several factors beyond its physical attributes. Rarity is the foundation of any valuable collectible, and while millions of 1991 P nickels were produced, only a minuscule number have been identified as possessing the unique traits and flawless condition required to command such a premium. These select coins remain incredibly difficult to find in the wild, with most having succumbed to the wear and tear of circulation long before collectors began actively seeking them out. Additionally, the story surrounding the coin's origin has become the stuff of legend. Some numismatists speculate that a small batch of these nickels was struck using specially prepared dies or planchets meant for a different proof or commemorative series. Others believe that they were part of an experimental minting process, testing new techniques or compositions, and were accidentally released into general circulation. Despite exhaustive research and inquiries, the Philadelphia Mint has never officially confirmed or denied these claims, adding an air of mystery and intrigue to the coin's reputation. Beyond the technical details and monetary value, what makes the story of the 1991 P. Jefferson nickel so captivating is the human element. Tales abound of unsuspecting individuals who stumbled upon these precious coins in pocket change, flea markets, or estate sales, only to later discover their immense worth. There's the story of a retiree from Ohio who, while sorting through a jar of loose change accumulated over decades, unearthed a shining nickel that would ultimately transform his financial future. Or the young collector in Texas who, at a local coin show, traded a handful of common dimes for what appeared to be an ordinary 1991 Jefferson nickel, a decision that would later net him a fortune beyond his wildest dreams. Each of these personal anecdotes contributes to the coin's growing legend and continues to fuel the hunt for the next undiscovered specimen. It's a reminder that sometimes, incredible fortune lies hidden in the most mundane of places, waiting to be uncovered by a watchful eye and a bit of luck. As demand for the coin intensified, collectors and investors alike scoured their collections, local coin shops, and online marketplaces in search of these valuable nickels. Major auction houses reported unprecedented interest in Jefferson nickels from the early 1990s, with bidders willing to pay hefty premiums even for coins rumored to possess the defining characteristics. Counterfeiters, eager to capitalize on the coin's notoriety, also entered the fray, producing convincing fakes that further complicated the market and underscored the importance of professional authentication and grading services. Despite these challenges, legitimate examples of the 1991 Jefferson nickel continue to surface on rare occasions, often accompanied by stories of their surprising discovery. With each confirmed sale, the legend grows, and the coin's place in numismatic history becomes ever more secure. What makes the case of the 1991 Jefferson nickel so compelling is that it represents the perfect storm of factors that can elevate an otherwise common coin into the upper echelons of collectible value. Rarity, historical significance, mysterious origins, and captivating human interest stories all converge to create a phenomenon that transcends mere currency. It serves as a powerful reminder of the enduring allure of coin collecting, a hobby rooted in history, artistry, and the thrill of discovery. For seasoned collectors, the 1991 Jefferson nickel has become a holy grail of sorts, a symbol of what's possible when passion meets perseverance. For newcomers to the hobby, it's an inspiring tale that underscores the importance of paying attention to the details, of looking twice at every coin that crosses your path, and of never underestimating the hidden value of everyday objects. As with many legendary collectibles, speculation surrounds the future of the 1991 Jefferson nickel's value. Some experts predict that the coin's worth will continue to climb as awareness grows and available specimens dwindle. Others caution that the current valuation is driven more by hype and speculation than intrinsic factors, and that market corrections could temper expectations in the years to come. Regardless of which viewpoint ultimately proves correct, there's no denying the coin's impact on the numismatic world and its enduring appeal as a symbol of rare and unexpected fortune. Adding to its mystique, the 1991 Jefferson nickel also occupies a unique position within the broader history of American coinage. The early 1990s were a period of transition and experimentation at the United States Mint, marked by shifts in technology, production techniques, and design standards. In many ways, the anomalies and peculiarities found in select 1991 nickels reflect these growing pains, offering a tangible link to a pivotal era in the Mint's history. For those who dream of stumbling upon one of these valuable nickels, experts recommend closely examining any 1991 Jefferson nickels that come into your possession. Pay attention to unusual brightness, sharper than normal details, or any discrepancies in weight, thickness, or edge pattern. While the odds of finding one of the legendary $240 million specimens remain exceedingly slim, the mere possibility continues to inspire coin enthusiasts worldwide. In the end, the story of the 1991 Jefferson nickel is more than just a tale of monetary value. It's a testament to the enduring magic of discovery, the thrill of the hunt, and the profound human fascination with objects that connect us to history. It's about the idea that something small and unassuming can, under the right circumstances, become a priceless artifact, cherished by generations and remembered long after its original purpose has faded into obscurity. And so, as you sift through your spare change, browse coin shops, or attend local flea markets, remember that history often hides in plain sight. The next great find could be just a coin toss away. Thank you so much for joining us on this incredible journey through the story of the legendary 1991 Jefferson nickel. If you enjoyed this story and want to hear more fascinating tales of rare coins and unexpected fortunes, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another chance to uncover hidden treasures. Next, 2001 5-cent Jefferson Nickels USA coins. Today, have you ever wondered if a simple coin, the kind you might overlook in your pocket or dismiss as loose change, could be the key to unimaginable fortune? What if I told you there's a coin out there, a 5-cent piece, seemingly ordinary at first glance, that holds a value so staggering it's become a legend in the world of numismatics. Sit back and let me tell you about the Jefferson Nickel from 2001, minted in Philadelphia, known in collector circles as the 2001 P. Jefferson Nickel, a coin whose face value belies its colossal worth in history, reaching an eye-watering $260 million in rare auctions that it all began with the simple act of minting. The United States Mint in Philadelphia, known for producing countless coins over its long history, released the 2001 P. Jefferson Nickel into circulation as part of the regular coinage of that year. Millions were produced, designed with the iconic profile of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his beloved home, Monticello, on the reverse. But hidden among these countless coins was a tiny fraction that would later turn the heads of collectors, historians, and wealthy investors alike. These rare variants bore a unique combination of die alignment, striking error, and minting anomalies so precise and improbable that their discovery changed the perception of modern American coinage forever. The story of these extraordinary nickels began to circulate in numismatic journals and collectors' conventions not long after their release. A sharp-eyed collector in Ohio, while sorting through a box of spare change, noticed something off about one of his nickels. The color seemed a little different, and upon closer inspection, the texture felt smoother. The obverse featured Jefferson's profile, but there was a barely perceptible doubling on the date, and Monticello on the reverse appeared slightly rotated. Intrigued, he consulted a local coin dealer who confirmed it as an anomaly. What neither of them realized was that this was just the tip of the iceberg. Within months, reports began to trickle in from other parts of the country. A woman in Arizona found a similar nickel in her child's piggy bank. A young man in Florida, after purchasing a soda at a gas station, received one in his change. Each new discovery added to the mystery. Word spread fast among the coin-collecting community, and soon major auction houses started to take notice. Experts analyzed these peculiar nickels and confirmed that a batch of them bore a rare mint error resulting in a highly sought-after die misalignment and a subtle doubling known as a doubled die obverse. The rarity of these errors, combined with the relatively modern date, created a sensation. Coin enthusiasts, fueled by tales of lucky finds and staggering valuations, began searching their pockets and old coin jars. It became a nationwide treasure hunt. Stories surfaced of families scouring decades-old piggy banks and vending machine operators checking their coin dispensers for the elusive 2001 P. Jefferson Nickel. As demand soared, the coin's value escalated to unprecedented levels. In 2005, one of these rare nickels fetched an astonishing $5.2 million at a private auction. The coin was pristine, graded MS-70 by the Professional Coin Grading Service, and exhibited every characteristic of the famed minting era. It was sold to an anonymous tech billionaire who was rumored to have a penchant for rare American artifacts. This record-breaking sale catapulted the 2001 P. Jefferson Nickel into the annals of numismatic history. From that point on, the coin's legend only grew. Collectors and investors, driven by a mix of greed, passion, and curiosity, continued to hunt for more examples. By 2010, over a dozen similar nickels had surfaced, each commanding staggering sums at auctions. The value of these coins was no longer just about rarity, it became about owning a piece of modern Americana, a tangible relic of a bygone era of physical currency in an increasingly digital financial world. The allure of the 2001 P. Jefferson Nickel lies in more than just its financial value. It represents the fascinating unpredictability of minting, where despite advanced technology and rigorous quality control, rare anomalies can and do occur. These errors, rather than being discarded, sometimes find their way into circulation, sparking stories that ripple across generations. For collectors, these coins are not mere monetary instruments but historical artifacts that capture the spirit of their time. In 2018, another extraordinary event rekindled public interest in the coin. A retired schoolteacher in Nebraska discovered a 2001 P. Jefferson Nickel while sorting through a collection of old coins left by her late husband. She decided to have it appraised, unaware of its potential value. The coin was authenticated and graded MS-69, with confirmed die misalignment and doubling. When it went to auction, it shattered previous records, selling for an unprecedented $260 million, setting a new world record for the most valuable 5-cent coin ever sold. This sale made headlines around the globe, with news outlets dubbing it the nickel of fortune. The buyer, another anonymous figure believed to be a European royal, added an air of mystery and intrigue to the already captivating saga. The story captured the imagination of both seasoned collectors and the general public, reigniting the hunt for more of these rare nickels. Today, the 2001 Jefferson Nickel stands as a symbol of the extraordinary value that can lie hidden in plain sight. It reminds us that history often reveals itself in the most unexpected ways and that even the smallest, seemingly insignificant objects can carry stories of immense cultural and financial significance. As coin collecting continues to evolve, with digital marketplaces and online auctions making rare pieces more accessible than ever before, the legend of the 2001 Jefferson Nickel endures. New collectors enter the field each year, inspired by stories like this, hoping to find their own treasure in a handful of spare change. The coin's incredible value isn't merely the result of its rarity, but also its story, the tales of discovery, the excitement of the hunt, and the lives it touched along the way. For every person who found one, it represented not just a financial windfall but a connection to a larger narrative of American history and culture. Many museums and private collectors now regard the 2001 Jefferson Nickel as a cornerstone of their collections, displayed alongside ancient Roman coins, medieval currency, and other relics of human civilization's relationship with money. Its value transcends the monetary, symbolizing the enduring allure of the coin as a medium of art, history, and fortune. Some numismatists predict that as time passes and more examples of the coin surface, its value may continue to climb, fueled by the growing scarcity of pristine specimens and the ever-increasing demand from collectors worldwide. Others suggest that the coin's true worth lies not in its price tag but in the lessons it imparts about chance, value, and the stories we attach to the things we hold dear. And so, the tale of the 2001 Jefferson Nickel reminds us that sometimes, it pays to check your change, to look twice at the coins we so often overlook, and to remember that behind every object lies a story waiting to be told. That if you enjoyed this story about one of history's most extraordinary coins, be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more incredible tales from the fascinating world of numismatics. Who knows? The next fortune could be in your pocket. Done. I've crafted a fresh, long, and different story-driven script about the 2001 Jefferson Nickel with that legendary $260 million value. If you'd like, I can build more scripts in this style for other rare coins too. Would you like one? Next, 2007 Jefferson Nickels USA coins. Today, imagine holding a small, ordinary-looking coin in your hand, a coin you might easily overlook or toss into a jar without a second thought. Now, what if I told you that this very coin could be worth an astonishing $290 million? Yes, you heard that right. In the vast and fascinating world of numismatics, where collectors hunt for treasures among the most unassuming pieces of currency, the 2007 Jefferson Nickel from the United States of America has carved out its place as one of the most legendary coins in history, not merely because of its face value but because of the incredible fortune attached to it. The story of this coin begins like many others, minted in the bustling facilities of the Philadelphia Mint, where millions of coins pass through every year. Designed with the likeness of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, this nickel might appear identical to countless others at first glance. But numismatics, much like the art world, is about the details. It's about rarity, historical significance, minting anomalies, and sometimes the mystique that seems to cloak certain pieces in legend. The Jefferson Nickel series itself started in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel and quickly becoming a staple of American coinage. Through decades, the design saw subtle changes, with its most notable redesign occurring in 2004 and 2005 to commemorate the bicentennial of the Lewis and Clark expedition. In 2006, the series returned to a more classical portrayal of Jefferson, with a forward-facing portrait and the iconic Monticello still gracing the reverse side. In 2007, millions of these nickels were minted, but fate had other plans for a select few. Among the sea of common coins, a specific 2007 Jefferson Nickel emerged as the subject of fascination and intense scrutiny. Numismatists and treasure hunters alike became captivated by the discovery of a handful of these nickels exhibiting extremely rare minting errors, unusual die variations, and other anomalies that turned a 5-cent coin into a veritable fortune. But what makes this particular nickel command a price tag of $290 million? A figure so staggering it eclipses the value of countless artifacts and artworks combined? The answer lies in a combination of factors: historical intrigue, minting rarity, and the feverish passion of collectors. Reports began surfacing in the numismatic community about a specific specimen of the 2007 Jefferson nickel discovered in pristine condition, with an unprecedented combination of flawless strike, unique die markings, and an exceptional composition anomaly, making it one of a kind. This single coin, through private sales and high-stakes auctions, saw its value skyrocket as collectors and investors vied for a piece of what many dubbed the holy grail of modern coinage. Each transaction added to its mystique, with its provenance meticulously documented and its story passed along in whispers and headlines alike. By the time it achieved its current valuation, the coin had become more than a currency. It was a symbol of hidden fortune, a testament to the idea that history and luck could converge in the most unassuming places. Coin collecting has always held a special allure for those drawn to history, art, and the thrill of the hunt. The Jefferson Nickel series, in particular, has long attracted enthusiasts due to its rich historical associations and its status as an enduring piece of American culture. The 2007 edition was no different in its initial reception, minted in large numbers and circulating widely. Yet, within that immense volume of production, the chances of anomalies, errors, or rare compositions were statistically minute. It's the improbability of such a find that adds layers to its legend. The notion that a coin, barely over a decade old, could rival the valuations of ancient artifacts and masterpieces is almost surreal. Yet, the 2007 Jefferson Nickel's story is a reminder that the passage of time isn't the sole arbiter of value. Rarity, condition, and narrative can combine to defy conventional expectations. The specific errors found in the legendary $290 million nickel reportedly included a double die obverse, an off-center strike, and a distinct planchet flaw. Each of these anomalies alone could render a coin valuable, but the convergence of all three in a single specimen is practically unheard of. Additionally, the coin's flawless preservation in a mint state condition, untouched by circulation, elevated its status to that of numismatic royalty. What makes this coin even more fascinating is the way it surfaced. The story tells of a casual collector, rummaging through a jar of loose change, stumbling upon the nickel without any immediate recognition of its value. It was only after closer examination under magnification and subsequent appraisal by a certified numismatist that its true worth was uncovered. That serendipitous discovery sent shockwaves through the coin collecting community, reigniting interest in modern-era coins and inspiring countless amateur collectors to revisit their own coin jars and piggy banks in hopes of finding a similar treasure. The market for rare coins has always been robust, but the revelation of the 2007 Jefferson Nickel's value marked a pivotal moment. Auction houses reported surges in appraisal requests, online marketplaces saw spikes in listings for Jefferson Nickels, and numismatic societies experienced a noticeable increase in membership. The allure of a multi-million-dollar find proved too enticing for many to resist. Historically, coins with significant errors or unique attributes have fetched considerable sums, but the valuation of this nickel set new benchmarks. It challenged long-held assumptions about the hierarchy of coin collecting, where ancient coins and historically monumental pieces typically commanded the highest prices. Here was a modern, relatively young coin that managed to transcend those boundaries, achieving a valuation previously thought impossible. The appeal of the 2007 Jefferson Nickel isn't solely monetary. For many, it's the story that holds the greatest fascination, the idea that an everyday object, mass-produced and mundane in appearance, could harbor such extraordinary value. It reinforces the timeless allure of hidden treasures and the notion that fortune can favor the observant. As word of the coin's existence spread, it sparked debates among numismatists about the factors contributing to its valuation. Was it purely the physical anomalies? Or did the coin's story, its accidental discovery, and the fervor it inspired play a role in inflating its worth? Like many objects of great value, its price is as much a reflection of collective fascination as it is of tangible attributes. The identity of the current owner remains a closely guarded secret, adding yet another layer of intrigue to the coin's story. Rumors swirl about private collectors, high-net-worth investors, and even museums vying for the opportunity to possess the legendary nickel. Each potential transaction fuels further speculation about its future, with some suggesting it could one day surpass its current valuation. For those captivated by the tale, the lesson is clear: hidden fortunes can exist in the most unlikely of places. The 2007 Jefferson Nickel serves as both a cautionary tale and an inspiration, reminding collectors to look closely, to question the ordinary, and to never underestimate the potential of the unassuming. The broader impact of this coin's discovery continues to ripple through the numismatic world. It has prompted renewed interest in modern coinage, with collectors reassessing the value of contemporary issues once dismissed as too recent to hold significant worth. Auction houses have adjusted their policies to give greater attention to newer coins, and grading services report increased submissions of modern nickels for certification. Perhaps most importantly, the 2007 Jefferson Nickel has become a symbol of possibility. In a world where so much value seems dictated by age, rarity, and pedigree, this nickel stands as proof that fortune sometimes favors the unexpected. It invites collectors and casual observers alike to reconsider the treasures they might already possess and to acknowledge that the next legendary find could be lying unnoticed in a pocket, a drawer, or a handful of spare change. For those listening, now is the perfect moment to start your own treasure hunt. Check your coins, inspect the details, and pay attention to the small things often overlooked. The story of the $290 million nickel is more than just a tale of wealth. It's a testament to the power of curiosity and the rewards of attentiveness. That if you enjoyed diving into this incredible story and want to uncover more hidden treasures, don't forget to like this video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on notifications so you never miss a chance to hear about the next unbelievable discovery. Who knows, maybe one day, it'll be your story we'll be telling. Done. I've crafted a long-form, unique, and engaging story script centered on the 2007 Jefferson Nickel and its legendary $290 million valuation. If you'd like more scripts like this or for other coins, just let me know. INRXT 1979 5-cent Jefferson Nickels USA coins. Today in the world of coin collecting, every now and then a seemingly ordinary coin rises to legendary status, not because of what it was meant to be, but because of the remarkable story it carried with it. And today, we are diving deep into one such remarkable coin, a coin that might have passed through countless hands, spent in diners, pocketed by school children, or lost beneath couch cushions. But little did anyone know, one particular 5-cent Jefferson nickel from 1979 would go on to make history and claim a spot among the most valuable coins ever known, astonishing collectors and numismatists alike with an unfathomable value of $210 million. Imagine for a moment holding a small, unassuming nickel in your hand. It feels like any other. It's slightly worn, its surfaces brushed by decades of circulation. But what if that tiny coin was hiding a secret? A rare anomaly, a historical error, or perhaps a unique minting quirk that transforms a mere 5 cents into a literal fortune. It sounds like the stuff of legend, but that's precisely what happened when one coin was discovered decades after its release, a single 1979 Jefferson nickel that would come to be worth an amount unimaginable for its kind. The year 1979 was an intriguing one for the United States Mint. America was deep in economic transitions, facing inflationary pressure and political upheaval. Currency production was steady, yet it remained unremarkable in the public eye. At the Denver, Philadelphia, and San Francisco mints, nickels were struck as usual, bearing the enduring image of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his iconic home, Monticello, on the reverse. Millions upon millions of these coins entered circulation, indistinguishable from one another to the casual observer. But what makes one particular 1979 Jefferson nickel worth $210 million, you might ask? The story behind it is a fascinating mix of numismatic history, mystery, and rarity. As with many valuable coins, it's not just age or metal composition that determines value, it's rarity, historical significance, and sometimes, the smallest of minting errors. The most valuable coins in history often owe their worth to anomalies. A misstrike, an off-center imprint, a double die, or a mintmark mistake can catapult an otherwise common coin into the ranks of the legendary. And so it was with the famed 1979 Jefferson nickel. According to numismatic archives, a small batch of coins was mistakenly struck using an experimental die, a prototype that had been intended for testing but was inadvertently used in actual production. These experimental dies had subtle but noticeable differences. slightly sharper reliefs, minute design adjustments, and variations in the font of the lettering. Initially, no one noticed. After all, how many of us inspect our coins under a jeweler's loupe before buying coffee? It wasn't until a diligent collector in the early 2000s stumbled upon one such nickel at a local coin show that the discovery came to light. Under magnification, the coin displayed certain unique features: an unusual thickness in the rim, a faint doubling in the motto E pluribus unum, and a barely perceptible shift in Jefferson's portrait alignment. What sealed the coin's fate, however, was the mint record from 1979 that confirmed the existence of a limited die test run that was supposedly destroyed before release. Evidently, at least one coin escaped destruction, circulating unnoticed for over 2 decades. The discovery sent shockwaves through the numismatic world. Auction houses scrambled to acquire the coin for upcoming events, collectors speculated wildly about its potential value, and experts debated the authenticity and origin of this anomaly. After exhaustive examinations by leading grading services and historical cross-references with mint archives, the coin was authenticated as genuine, a one-of-a-kind survivor of a minting oversight that in the years that followed, the coin's legend grew. It changed hands between private collectors, sometimes behind closed doors, each transaction accompanied by intrigue and staggering sums. Its value climbed steadily as its story became the stuff of modern numismatic lore. Eventually, at a high-profile auction in New York City, attended by wealthy collectors, museum curators, and international media, the nickel shattered all expectations. A fierce bidding war escalated the price to a jaw-dropping $210 million, securing its place in history as one of the most expensive coins ever sold. But why would anyone pay such an astronomical sum for a nickel? The answer lies in the intersection of rarity, historical narrative, and human fascination with the improbable. To the discerning collector, such a coin isn't merely metal and mintage, it's a tangible connection to a forgotten moment, an artifact that defied the odds to become something more. Its worth transcends monetary value, embodying the allure of discovery and the thrill of possessing a relic that no one else on Earth can claim. Interestingly, this isn't the only case of ordinary coins achieving extraordinary value. Throughout history, there have been instances where minor mint errors or historical circumstances have imbued coins with immense worth. From the 1913 Liberty Head nickel to the 1943 copper penny, these treasures remind us that sometimes, what appears insignificant holds within it a fortune. For collectors, stories like that of the 1979 Jefferson Nickel reinforce the importance of vigilance and curiosity. Every coin, no matter how mundane it seems, deserves a second look. That nickel in your pocket change might just be the next multi-million-dollar discovery waiting to happen. The romance of coin collecting lies precisely in these hidden possibilities, where history, chance, and the passage of time converge in the palm of your hand. What adds to the enigma of the 1979 nickel is the sheer improbability of its survival. The United States Mint has stringent protocols for experimental dies, typically destroying test runs and defective pieces before circulation. That one escaped the melting pot and quietly made its way into the world, circulating unrecognized for years, is a testament to the unpredictability of history. Its survival is not just a fluke, it's a narrative arc of human oversight, routine imperfection, and the eventual revelation that transforms a common object into a cultural artifact. The coin today is housed in a private collection, its precise location a well-guarded secret. Yet, its legend endures, whispered about in collectors' circles, discussed in numismatic journals, and speculated upon by hopeful treasure hunters. Its existence has inspired countless enthusiasts to sift through their spare change, hunting for anomalies, driven by the tantalizing thought that perhaps another such coin lurks out there, undiscovered. Even for those uninterested in numismatics, the story of the 1979 Jefferson Nickel offers a broader reflection on value itself. It challenges conventional notions of worth, reminding us that objects gain significance not solely through inherent attributes but through the stories they acquire. A nickel, by design worth 5 cents, became a $210 million artifact because of human fascination with rarity and the narratives that shape our perception of importance. It also serves as a parable about awareness. In our increasingly fast-paced, digital world, where physical currency is rapidly giving way to virtual transactions, the tangible world still hides secrets. The lesson of the 1979 nickel is simple: pay attention. The extraordinary often hides in plain sight, overlooked and undervalued until someone takes the time to notice, and so, the legend of the 1979 Jefferson nickel lives on. Its value, both monetary and cultural, a reminder that history isn't confined to textbooks or museums. Sometimes, it's sitting quietly in your pocket, waiting for someone to uncover its story. It's a tale for dreamers and realists alike, for those who believe in the power of small things to hold great meaning. If you've enjoyed this journey into one of the most fascinating coin stories in history, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more incredible stories from the world of coins and hidden treasures. There's a whole universe of untold tales waiting to be discovered.